So today we're talking to Peter Myers. Started Myers of Keswick in the West Village. Peter, you started in 1985.
1985, that's right.
How many customers did you get the first week?
I remember the first day, it was July the 4th.
Okay.
I thought I've nothing better to do, might as well open. It was absolutely sweltering. We sold one pork pie. We had no air conditioning. We opened again next day, and we sold 2 pork pies.
Wow, that's you doubled your.
We doubled our output in 24 hours.
Not bad.
And so that was when I thought we might just stand a chance.
Okay. Now, what gave you the idea that opening in the West Village, opening up an English meat/pie shop in the West Village was a good idea? And the reason I asked that is because looking around, just at face value, some of the pies with names like steak and kidney, at face value, may not appeal to everyone. What convinced you it was a good idea to open in New York and in West Village in particular?
Well, we have to go back to when I ran a pub. I owned a pub on 13th Street, and more by accident than design, it turned into an English pub, and we frequently found ourselves complaining about the state of the local food. And shortly after that, my father came over, and we had a butcher shop in Keswick for many, many years. I can't remember how long. It was his father's before him. And he started to make mini pork pies and sausage rolls, which we used to give away during cocktail hour. And I remember this took off very, very quickly. And I remember thinking at the time that maybe there's something in this. And I sold my share of the pub. And I started looking for a shop. I finished up here in the West Village purely and simply because of its proximity to the meat market,
Right.
which is only a 5-minute walk away from here. But way back then, this was not the trendy area that it is right now.
So you timed it well. In retrospect.
I was lucky.
Retrospect.
Yeah, I was rather lucky.
So you bake all your delicious pies here in the back of the store, correct?
Every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
And now, when you started out, were you the only employee slash baker?
Yep.
So you were baking in the back, and then you were out front when you heard the bell ring.
Yep. And of course, we make sausages as well.
Right.
We make a lot of sausages. They took off almost from the word go. I brought over my father's recipe for our Cumberland sausage, and even though I saved myself the better Cumberland sausage than a lot of Cumberland sausage in Cumberland, or Cumbria as it's now called, and I'm rather proud of that fact.
Great, great. Now, so clearly you have a wide array of delicious English pies and other items.
Mm-hmm.
What is your personal favorite item behind the counter?
Ooh, that's a toss-up. That's a toss-up between the pork pie and sausage roll. And we've just started making a beef pot pie.
Okay.
And I must admit, I'm rather partial to that. I'm giving that my full attention at the moment.
Got it. And on the flip side, what is the most popular item in terms of what customers are buying?
I think, again, that's a toss-up between the sausage roll and the pork pie.
Really? I walked out with a Cornish pasty and I was licking my fingers.
That's a close third.
Not to be pronounced pasty, of course.
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I was also told you provide local bars with some of the items that you have in the
Bars,
store.
some of the best hotels in New York also.
Really?
Yeah, with our sausages.
Okay, now did that start from the very beginning, or that kind of something you evolved into?
It started from almost from the beginning. We were supplying the plaza shortly after we opened. How it happened, I have no idea.
It's not something you went around knocking door to door, soliciting.
No, they found us.
Wow.
And the Carlisle, the plaza used to pay my rent when we first opened.
Oh, wow.
They were getting, and in those days we were delivering on a push bike, a bicycle, and carting off 40 pounds of sausage at a time.
Were you making some of the deliveries yourself as well?
And I was making deliveries myself as well. Yeah,
that's incredible.
Kept me slim
Sure,
back then.
So you're still in
Now,
good shape.
now we deliver by motorbike.
So what's the plan for the next? You've been in business for 25 years. What's the plan for the next 25?
Well, I've more or less handed the business over to my daughter, who is actually on maternity leave as we speak.
Okay.
She often used to say that she's going to take Myers of Keswick into the 21st century.
With a Facebook page, you're already you're already in the 21st century.
Yes, well, she's responsible for that.
Great.
And she does a good job.
So when you're not minding the store, what's your favorite thing to do outside of the shop?
I like to travel on my motorbike. I've been to Mexico twice on it, but due to current conditions, it's a little shaky, as I'm sure everyone knows down there, which I'm very, very sorry about, because I really like Mexico. I go to the Copper Canyon.
Which one?
The Copper Canyon,
okay.
which I think is just a beautiful part of the planet.
Great.
I go back to England about twice a year. I usually take a trip to Spain or France.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because I'm a bit of a foodie still, in a way, and I love sampling. Every town in France I go into, the first thing I head for is the local charcuterie, which still persists throughout France. Sadly, a lot of stores like this, you'll have a hard time finding them in England. The supermarkets.
Now, are you from the town
of Keswick?
Of Keswick?
That's right, yes, in the heart of the Lake District,
okay.
Which is a particularly beautiful part of England.
So when you go back, do you still visit that region?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay.
Always will. I used to think I was going to retire there, but it isn't the England that I grew up in anymore.
Sure, a lot has changed. Now, in the 25 years you've been in business, have you seen any copycats emerge? Anything else crop up in the New York area that's similar in terms of the background?
There's been one or two imitators, but you have to remember that I was 16 years old when I first started doing this, straight out of school and straight into the family butcher shop. And there's not many people have the knowledge that I have when it comes to making pies and sausage.
Sure.
So I'm very lucky in that way. I'm very thankful to my father. Although I must admit, I certainly didn't enjoy it at the time.
Right.
Because Keswick back then was a tourist town, very much a summer destination. And come the winter, you could hibernate. In fact, that's how I finished up in New York. I could only take my holidays, vacation, in the middle of winter, and I came here one January, many, many years ago, and by accident found a job as a bartender in the pub that I eventually bought.
So has the family knowledge been, in terms of the recipes and the sausage making skills and everything else that goes into making some of the pies?
Hardly changed it.
Do you feel like your daughter has absorbed all of that? The family.
She is absorbing it.
Okay.
There's a lot to absorb.
Sure.
All the pies are different, call for some different pastry, obviously different recipes, and
it's an acquired skill that takes.
It is an
time.
acquired skill.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I personally hope you guys are around for decades to come, and I'll take my 2 Cornish pasties to go, please. Thanks a lot for your time, Peter.